YouTube? Hey guys, Infamous here, bringing you another gameplay commentary on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoy. So guys, today I have the best gun class setup for you using the PDW. Now this gameplay was quite impressive because I went 68 on 1 on the map Aftermath, which in itself is quite an achievement, I think, because this map is quite shit. So I actually got this gameplay while playing with my sister on split screen, so that in itself made it more impressive because obviously it is harder playing split screen. I wasn't even trying this game, actually. Didn't even have my tryhard pants on, as you guys can see. While with the kill streaks I'm using, normally I would use the orbital VSAT, Canines and Swarm when I'm going for a gameplay or a high scoring gameplay like this. Instead I was just using the lightning strike, stealth chopper and the orbital VSAT. So let's get straight into it. What should you use with the PDW? So after a lot of switching and swapping, and after all the patches, I've came to the conclusion that the best two attachments to use are the suppressor and the laser sight. The suppressor because the accuracy of this gun is so poor. This gun has the accuracy of the MP5K of Modern Warfare 2. For those of you who have played Modern Warfare 2 would know that the MP5K was quite utter shit. The recoil on it was ridiculously shit, and you never actually saw anyone run around with that gun because it was just that shit. It seems that Treyarch have made this gun quite similar to that. Obviously you still see many people running around with the PDW because it still obviously is one of the most powerful guns in the game, and just for that simple fact people will use it. So the suppressor, because the accuracy of it is poor, so you don't really want to be running around popping up on your enemy's radar just because you're going to be missing a lot of shots, because they will pick you off quickly, especially when you're not killing your enemies because you're missing your shots. So suppressor is a must because the accuracy is poor and you don't want to be popping up on enemies' radar. The laser sight, because recently I've noticed something, and you guys may have noticed this before I might just be quite slow, but the kick of a gun, the recoil of a gun doesn't really kick in until you zoom, until you aim down the sights of the gun. So if you were to hip fire, you won't actually ever experience any recoil. Obviously you may experience the odd kick, but other than that it's pretty much dead on. Now instead, if you went into a short range gun battle and you aim down the sights, you will notice a kick in the gun. Now this can make you in turn lose the gun battle, which is not something you want. So with the laser sight, I had the intention of just going into every short range gun battle pretty much just hip firing, because this way it would increase the chances of me winning the gun battle. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to use the laser sight, and obviously my theory behind it. If you guys noticed that before, do leave in the comment section below when you actually noticed that. So as for my perks, I'm using Hardline, Toughness, Scavenger and Dexterity. Hardline is obviously not a must. You can obviously swap that around depending on what kind of player you are. If you're a rusher, you can use Ghost so you guys don't get spotted by UAVs and you guys can go behind enemy lines. If you're an objective player and you're playing domination or something, obviously you can use Flak Jacket so you don't get C4'd off the flag. But as for me, I just wanted those score streaks so I can get that beast scoring gameplay. So obviously that's why I used Hardline. Like I said, you guys can swap that out. As for Toughness and Scavenger, should I say, sorry, those two are pretty much a must. I wouldn't recommend you guys use anything else, because like I said before, the accuracy of this gun is quite poor. So it's going to be rising and rising as you shoot, and you don't want your enemies shooting at you and making you flinch, therefore making your gun rise even further and further, literally to the point where it's quite impossible to kill your enemy and therefore you dying, obviously. So Toughness is a must. Scavenger, on the other hand, is also a must because, like I said, accuracy is poor. You're going to be missing a lot of shots. You're going to be rinsing through that ammo quite quickly, so it's always good to have the ability to replenish your ammo. As for Dexterity, that is not a must. You guys can swap that out, but I wouldn't really recommend you swap that out because I think I did mention this tip earlier in one of my earlier videos, but if I haven't, when you have Dexterity on, your gun's gonna pop up first or faster, and if you're in a gun battle and your opponent doesn't have Dexterity, your gun will pop up first. Therefore there's a good chance that you will get the shot off first, and obviously therefore increasing the chances of you winning that gun battle. So that is one of the reasons why Dexterity is pretty much a must. As for my lethal, I'm using a C4. I'm not using any tacticals. Now one of the reasons why I like using a C4 is because many people like to camp, obviously, and especially they like to take cover behind doorways and objects behind doorways, especially when they know you're coming. So instead of actually risking myself just going through the doorway and getting killed by a corner camper, instead I would just throw a C4 through the doorway, and hopefully the C4 will kill my enemy. The Cap 40, if you don't already know, is OP. It's actually stronger than an SMG at close range. Yes, Treyarch fucked up Black Ops that much, to the point where they actually made a secondary stronger than an SMG at close range. So a Cap 40 is literally a must. Don't use the B23R. A single Cap 40 would actually be quite beastly compared to any SMGs at close range. So if you know you're gonna go into a gun battle and your opponent knows that you're on the opposite end, it's best if you switch to your Cap 40, because there is a much better chance of you winning that gun battle with the Cap 40 rather than your SMG or assault rifle or any other weapon that you are using. So that's pretty much it for the class setup. Obviously, like I said, kill streaks may vary. It's all up to you. If you think you can get the K9s, the Swarms, and the Orbital VSAT, then go for it. If you think that you're going to get much, if you don't think you're going to get those kill streaks, obviously lower it like I have. Or if you just want to play quite supportive, obviously you can use the UAV, counter UAV, and the EMP, or whatever you like. So when should you actually use this gun? In what situations is this gun most suitable for? And in what kind of map should you use this gun? So as for situations, I would recommend you guys use this weapon in quite close range situations, a few times in medium and never in long range. Now, if you asked me this question a couple months ago, I would have said you pretty much use this gun short, medium range, and most of the times in long range. However, ever since the patches have happened, it's quite hard to use this gun in medium ranges. Also, you pretty much have to stick to short range gun battles because of the accuracy. And throughout this gameplay, or as you probably have already noticed, I pretty much haven't got a single medium range kill. All my kills have pretty much been short range, and this is because I know the ability of my gun. I know I probably won't win any medium range gun battles, especially with the connection problem in Black Ops 2, and that's why I tend to maneuver around the map in ways which all my gun battles will come in short range, and therefore to the best of my gun's ability, and therefore increasing the chances of me actually winning that gun battle. So if you are going to use this weapon, stick to short range gun battles. Now as for maps, obviously this ties in what kind of situations you should use it in. You shouldn't really use this gun in Turbine, obviously, because Turbine is such a big map. There's like, you're hardly ever going to get into short range gun battles. Carrier is another map which I wouldn't recommend you guys use this gun on, because Carrier is quite hard to see in and is quite it's very sniper friendly. So you're going to see many people stay at the back of the map, so it'll be quite hard to use this unless you can manage to get behind enemy lines, which may be quite difficult for many of you. So for the maps I do recommend are maps such as Hijacked, Raid, Yemen. It's 50-50 because Yemen is quite a medium range to large map. I would also recommend this map on Slums is a very small map. Standoff is a very small map. Meltdown is a medium range map, but if you can maneuver around it properly, the PDW can do well on it. Express, it depends on how you maneuver around it and what side of the map you stay on it. Drone, again, if you can maneuver around it well, then this gun will do good. But most of the good maps, like the definitely good maps that this gun will do good on, is Hijacked, Raid, and Slums and Standoff. Those four maps, if you guys get those maps, just pull out the PDW. You guys will do beast in it, especially because there's a lot of choke points on those maps where you will see multiple enemies coming in, so the big magazine size of this gun will obviously help. Anyways guys, this gameplay commentary has come to an end, and if you guys did enjoy it, I would really appreciate if you would like the video and subscribe if you hadn't already. And you guys can follow me on Twitter, the link will be in the description below, where you guys can keep up to date with everything I do. Anyways, until next time, this is your boy Infamous, signing out. Peace.